Welcome to the On Pause podcast, and my name is Kaity, and I'll be your host for today.
Yo, I'm Julio, and I just want to say thank you for all the support that you guys have been sharing online.
Including like your mom's TikTok that she posted, which did
Yeah.
better than like overall our TikToks.
Yeah. Hers, I think, it reaches over, 1,000 views.
Really?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
Compared to ours, which only did like 200.
Oh.
So she's beating us there.
And for today's guest, we have someone that's very special to both me and Julio.
Mm-hmm.
And he's my brother, and he's very smart and dedicated, hardworking, multi-talented, and he's a good role model to me.
No one knows me.
Yeah, no one knows you.
They really don't.
Yeah. So.
But it's just something that I guess I haven't told him that I think of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think he sings pretty cool. I mean, you guys can check it out on our YouTube shorts and like on our TikTok that we posted. But we'll get him professional footage shots of him singing.
That is something that surprised me though. I knew you could sing because I don't know if you remember, but when we lived in, you used to sing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I think only your mom would remember, but
Like, how old was I?
probably when Katie was just born. So I remember that that you would sing, and your mom would say that to me, because I also used to sing when I used to do dishes.
A Cinderella
When
moment?
we like humming,
Uh-huh.
and your mom would be like, "Oh, you know Jason sings too."
Really?
Yeah.
I have no recollection of that.
When you were 3.
No.
Maybe you should sing in the next.
No.
No, yeah.
There's a reason why I stopped singing that.
But you should sing more often.
No, that is not a talent I have.
Anyways, can we go back to what my sister was talking about, like describing me? Like, can you talk about like why do you think I'm like that? Yeah.
Well, I think you're like that because.
No, let's go one by one. Like,
What did I say?
You said he was hardworking.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think he's very hardworking. Because he's going to school and like working, and I think being a student itself is very hard,
Mm-hmm.
and like having that work overload that you have as a student, but then you also have responsibilities at home, and then you also have like different relationships that you're tending to.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of the times it can become very stressful or chaotic, like to kind of deal with everything in your own head. At least that's for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's like for me. But I think he's very hardworking. He's smart.
You seen his records?
Have you seen my grades? They're not that great.
Oh. Well, to me, you're smart.
Okay.
And
That's nice.
yeah. And I think you're a good role model.
Role model.
Role model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think the show would, like, you did good on the show.
What was one like instance where you were like, "Oh, I want to be like you"?
That's a good question.
Jeez.
Because you called me a role model, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think probably when we were like younger,
mm-hmm.
and it's just like you just like doing what you like to do, and like even Julio's like, oh, you're like, well, I was washing dishes, I was singing, but I was good at it. But like you were like singing around, and you were like good at singing, and like I guess you weren't really paying mind to like people around you. You were just like,
When I was a kid.
yeah, I guess. But like even like now, he still like sings around the house. So I think,
Well, my journey from singing was like a lot different from what it seems. Like I might have liked it when I was like a 3-year-old, but then like when we moved, basically was like caged in and like very insecure, and like I didn't really sing at all, or like I did, and then I remember once my mom was like, stop singing, you suck. And then I'm like, okay. But then I heard my dad, and my dad was like, oh, you should keep singing. Like, doesn't matter if you suck. I'd be so scared to sing. Like, I just scared to sing when no one was home. And then slowly I started singing with my friends at karaoke. And then I was really pushed out of my comfort zone on the party where no one came.
Yeah.
So you went to school for that?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm actually an accounting major. I don't sing.
Oh, well, that's one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about with On Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, my idea of it is to have people come on here and talk about something that they're passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
that they have to put on pause because they feel like they have to do something else because their passion isn't something that's worthwhile for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, for example, for me, I always wanted to make YouTube videos. And I'm pretty sure I've said that to everyone, but I never put it out because I was never proud of the videos that I made.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never had a camera. I never had these cameras that I have right now. So I feel more comfortable doing it now because I have the tech or like the resources to be able to do it. But before, I wanted to do more of like gaming things. Right? But I didn't have anything to record the actual game. But my mom said to just record the screen and to post it like that. I mean, I could have probably done it, but like I said, I wouldn't have been proud of making something like that. You know, so that's why I had to put that on pause. You know, and try to do something else with, you know, career-wise.
I think for me, since I've been doing it since I was like a preteen, like it's not really like something that I would pursue professionally.
Yeah.
But it's like something I do for fun. Or like when I get mad or like very high emotions where I can't like express them properly with words.
Yeah.
I just use songs to like let it all out.
Do you have anything like that?
I guess like making or creating content, I would say, would be something that I find very interesting. And like, I think sharing that with other people and sharing that like with you guys and sharing it with, I guess, you guys also, about just kind of what I envision in my head being brought to a screen. So like when we're story planning or let's say we're figuring something out for an episode, that like, it fuels my creative energy, I guess. And I think it'd be cool to like have people or to scale On Pause to where it's like a production company. Yeah.
Honestly, growing up, I was very jealous of my sister because she was a lot more creative than me. Like, I can hold a tune maybe for a little bit, but like I wouldn't be able to write songs. But like she's very good at like the creative process and like storyboarding and all those the stuff that's needed for the podcast.
Thank you. I've never heard that from you before.
I've never heard a lot of these things that you've been saying about me.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, and that's also like part of the on pause thing, where like people can say things that they've thought about but never expressed. Like for me, the YouTube stuff, not being proud of the work that I've done before and not really sharing it, because I have made videos and posted them, but never shared it with anyone, right? Whereas now, well, I guess Kaity's the kind of the one that shares the videos, but I'm okay with it. Like before, if I would have posted a video, I wouldn't share it with anyone. It's fine. It's fine.
Behind the scenes, technical difficulties.
It's fine. We're a new podcast. These things happen.
That's true.
So the audio's bad in one episode, is because we're getting the hang of it right
Yeah.
now. It's something where
Or maybe like cue the voiceover.
cue the voiceover.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, there's no real like assistance online
Mm-hmm.
to like these are the stuff that you need technology wise to be able to make your videos. It's a lot of okay, so first you're gonna need a microphone. Second, you're gonna need a niche. Third, you're gonna need to plan your episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really like okay, these are the programs that you need, or these are the ways that is easy to connect everything together. And if there are videos like that, they're ads. So halfway through they'll be like, and if you sign up for our course, we'll teach you how to blah 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 blah. Right? So it's very difficult to find these videos. There are videos, but they have like 100 views. So it's very difficult. You have to scroll for like
Mhm.
10 minutes to be able to find it. Like for example, with the microphone, for the microphone that we bought, there was a review short about it, but it only had like 500 views. So that's with the difficulties of, you know, starting a brand new podcast and not really having people to rely on for this.
But isn't that mostly like life in general? Like there's no set book for life.
Yeah, but a lot of the time is because it's a lot more technical.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need stuff that you don't know anything about, right? So like for example, the gaming stuff. Like if I want to record the game footage, I'm gonna need something that's called a capture card.
Mm-hmm.
And me when I was 14, I didn't know what that was, right?
That's true.
And
I don't think I know what that is right now.
and telling my mom that I need that, she doesn't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd be like, no, you don't need it. You can just record the screen. Right? So for things that are a little bit easier to get into, like going straight college, straight whatever, that's kind of already a set path
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, everyone knows because that's like classic American dream stuff. So it's a little bit more difficult when it comes to the creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we went to film school.
Unless we go to
Yeah.
film school. But then it goes to the thing of, well, for me, for one, I don't really like people telling me how to do things. Like,
That might be an issue.
that might be an issue.
I
Like-
have the same problem too.
Another episode for another day.
Another episode of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The topic narcissism.
all right.
I don't know about that one.
All right.
Anyways.
Back on track. Of like, I kind of feel like I have to do things a certain way, even if it's gonna fail, even if I know it's gonna fail,
Mm-hmm.
just to get that experience when it comes to this stuff. Because I don't feel like I learn anything if someone tells me the answers, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Right? Because like when I went to school for computer stuff, I don't feel like I learned anything
Mm-hmm.
just because they told me how to do stuff. So for me, I kind of want to know why I need to connect something to something. Like why I need to connect the microphone to a certain port, or why I need a certain connection type for whatever it is, just so I get a better understanding of the stuff that I'm using.
Mm.
But
So you're like a trial and error type of guy.
yeah,
Well, same here. When I can't like, you know, there's different runs and different like ranges in your voice, or like
Mhm.
different like things you can do with your voice, but like you don't know they're there unless
Mhm.
you try all these different like methods, or like all these like, oh, you should only drink warm water for your voice to be fine, your vocal cords, or like don't eat spicy food. You know, there's different like things that go into like mastering your voice, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Did you search things up for that, or
When I was younger, yeah, because I was like, because like everyone wanted me, or like my mom would always tell me, "You suck." And like,
yeah.
I would want to like be better
Mm-hmm.
in different ways, so I would watch like, I thought, I know we're not doing like shout outs and stuff, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's this lady on YouTube that's like, her name is Cheryl. That's all I'm gonna say. Her name is Cheryl, and she's like very sweet, and then she would like talk about like different like
Singing methods?
and like how to like warm up your voice, and I would do those things when I was in the bathroom, like the do re mi fa sol la ti do. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Yeah,
Is it something that you want to?
pursue
Yeah.
like singing.
Yeah.
I think I've always had a dream of always like when I was younger I would be like I would look up at artists like Shawn Mendes, Ariana Grande. It'd be so cool to like tour the world and sing and have other people like sing, and like if my music were to like touch their hearts or like string some emotions in them.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But I
that's
have self-doubt.
Self-doubt
Yeah.
of you being able to write or sing.
Kind of everything that comes with it. Like, I'm low-key scared. It's like the anxiety of performing a show. What if like I don't look properly, or like even like now
Mm-hmm.
with the podcast, I'm like very like particular on how like I would like to like present myself to the world.
Yeah.
And if like I'm not presented in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
then like I keep that image in my head, and it's like I keep telling myself, "Oh, you're that." So like when words like when my mom would tell me,
Mhm.
"You're bad at singing, don't sing," then I would be like, I shouldn't sing. But then the words that my dad said told me to keep singing. I kept singing. But my dad also sang, but like
He
the
can't
difference
sing.
is he can't sing.
Yeah. He cannot sing. But
But yeah, like
Have you ever tried, like,
Sure.
have you ever, like, posting about your singing stuff?
there was this one time where like I was like when the Korean like boy bands were like a thing.
Yeah.
They were having like international auditions, and like I think it was high school junior year. Me and one of my friends were like, "Oh, are you gonna like audition?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then like I recorded myself in my room, and it was like very like
Yeah.
I listened, like I posted it on YouTube, and I sent them the link, and I think they saw it, but I never heard back from them. So I was like, and then ever since then I was like, I have to like be better at least.
Mm.
Maybe a little bit of narcissism also.
That's crazy. Do you know that?
that he did the
Audition?
no.
No, I think I only told one cousin,
Who?
Jessica.
Oh.
Yeah. But then being part of like a boy band, I would have to learn how to dance, sing, and all those other things.
It's true.
Like I'm not a really good dancer. Like Julio, he could hold it down.
He's lying.
He moves his hips like Shakira sometimes.
He's lying.
Funny.
Like,
We're editing this out.
We should keep it in. It's funny.
but yeah,
I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
like I auditioned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like even like if you didn't make it past the audition stage, like I think it's just cool that you kind of took the effort of like setting up your phone wherever it was and like uploading it to YouTube and doing that link. And I think for like little kids, it's just like their dream to do something. And I think this is mine and Julio's like little kids like dream coming true, or like even though it's hard and like you even saw like us setting up was a lot. And I think it's like important for us to like include you guys into like our filmmaking. At least for me, it's important to like include.
Am I the first family member that's gonna be part of this, and then like slowly Julio's sisters or brother come onto the podcast?
They're not gonna. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Or you could do it like how my sister did it. She literally told me the day before, and then then you're like wake up and show up to the podcast.
I think the only person that would be okay with doing it would be my mom.
Will that be like a bilingual episode? Like
No, we're gonna do a
subtitles?
voiceover for her.
Oh, voiceover.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be her voice.
That's very like, what is it, patriarchal?
Okay,
You can be her voice out.
You can be her voice.
Why would I do that?
I can translate for her. Like, I'm just sure what they do.
You guys should make it bilingual though.
Bilingual.
Yeah. Incorporate your Mexicanness, your Mexican Americanness to the podcast.
I think so too. We have an idea in Spanish, but it's not like fully there yet of like what we want to do. So I guess like stay tuned for like any updates on that or just like what we do. But I think at least I want to like incorporate more like heritage stuff and like be more embracing of those things that I think a lot of the time, I guess, I don't want to get political.
You get canceled before you're...
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Oh.
It would be controversial already. But I just think it's important for people growing up to see people that look like themselves. And I think for me growing up, I guess I just didn't embrace that. So I think it affected me to the point where like I didn't embrace the Mexican side of well, I'm fully Mexican, but
there's no changing it.
Yeah, there's no changing that. So I think now I'm like growing up, I guess. So like in those growing stages where you're supposed to grow up is kind of like that place where I'm at, where I'm like embracing everything, I guess.
I think so. I think that's one of the reasons like I shied away from like pursuing the singing, is because like there was nobody that like kind of looked like me on stage or like represented something that I wanted to look to be. I think the closest person would be Shawn Mendes, but Shawn Mendes is like
White and Canadian. That's true. I mean, now there's Omar Apollo to listen to.
I love Omar Apollo.
Is he popular?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
We went to his concert once.
We did.
Really?
Yeah.
How was it?
I went twice. Like one day and then another day afterwards. It was pretty good.
Was it like how big was it?
It was in...
Was it in like a theater or was it like a stadium?
No, it was
theater.
a theater.
Theater.
Yeah.
It was really small.
Oh. I'm just asking because I never heard it. Well, I've heard of him because of you guys, but I never heard of him outside of...
Well, that's the song I sang that you guys posted that video of me.
He didn't like
Did me dirty.
Yeah. Well, did you see the the thumbnail for my video?
No.
It's literally me like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we can show you afterwards.
Oh
but-
my goodness.
So me and Julio are deciding to like work on shorts, like thumbnails.
Oh.
So
What are
might be
your
a good
biggest
idea.
fears for the podcast?
He switched the interview.
He did, which is fine.
I'm projecting because like, you know, the questions are on me now, but like I can't be the only one that's going down.
Okay. My biggest fear is that we get too successful and then I can't leave my house.
I don't know if that's a fear.
No.
Is that a fear?
Like, who would you want to be like?
No, that was just one of those things where like my red flag is that I care too much.
What? But who would you want to be like? Like a successful podcaster?
Well,
Like, who do you look up to?
I really look up to Rhett and Link.
Mm,
Those two.
I don't know who they are, but
You don't know who Red and Link is?
no, are they like the Minecraft people?
No.
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 Oh wait, they're the ones with like the big hair
Yeah.
and like one of them has like the glasses.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
She's Rhett and Link.
Oh yeah.
Wait, isn't Red the one with the has glasses?
No. Link is the one that has glasses.
Mm.
Anyways, I look up to H3 since nobody asked me.
Oh. I thought it was like I thought you were just gonna project yourself into the conversation.
No.
Me too. I thought you were gonna answer that.
How dare you guys? Forget I'm here. Hello, it's my podcast.
Oh.
Anyways.
Okay, so who was H3? Explain.
Who H3 is?
Yeah,
Well, H3.
for the viewers that don't
Oh,
listen
H3
to podcasts.
podcast. I guess you don't know much about H3 either.
Not really.
Yeah. So H3, they're a production company, and was made by their couple, Ela and Ethan Klein, and they like started when they were like broke in college, and then they kind of like flourished together, I guess. So I think they like created outside of the podcast. They also created like a fashion company, which
Ela's-
is just Ela's Klein's fashion company, and I think it'd be cool to like
Do that for yourself.
to start on pause. It's like a production company, and then it goes to like we also tour. Or
Tour.
we also-
So you guys are just gonna sit in front of like
We're gonna
like
say
a whole audience, and you guys are just gonna be like, so today. No, maybe.
I think it'd be more like a comedy show.
that's kind of crazy. Like Rhett and Link, they also have that. Have you seen
Really?
those?
No.
Yeah. They went on tour. You know they're good. Well, I guess you don't know. But
No.
they do a podcast that's Good Mythical Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they kind of do like challenges every day. And they went on tour with that, and it was basically them just on on the stage doing these challenges.
But in your case, since you guys are like more like a mental health,
Mental health.
isn't
said
it more
that.
mental health? No,
No?
I thought I read it in the description or something.
Huh?
No.
Well, the description says about.
Was he not
Or
here for
like-
the
or
first
like
10
this
minutes?
This is like.
Hello. Well, I think
Well, explain more what on pause is.
So, okay,
Like, what is your journey?
we'll rewind it again to the first 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what I said was on pause is more of getting people to come on here, talk about something that they're passionate about or something that they've wanted to do, but they've had to put that on pause just because it seems like it's something that's not worthwhile for them at the time. That's like a short end of
Short thing.
yeah.
Mm.
So like for you, the singing, I guess,
Mm.
or if you have anything else that you want to say that you had to put on pause for that, you can also talk about that. For me, was the YouTube stuff, my YouTube gaming career. I had to put that on pause because I didn't have the self-confidence to do it. For Kaity, she's had also the creative stuff, right?
yeah.
No, she didn't really say anything.
Well,
about
she said
her
the same thing
on
about
posts.
like being creative and making videos. We watched the video.
Oh my god. Okay, people, for the short attention span because of TikTok. Oh my god, did you guys hear that TikTok's getting like actually banned for real, for real?
Really?
Yeah. I think they only had like a 60-day extension. How do you say that word?
Extension?
Extension, yeah.
Oh.
I didn't see it, but it's still sad to see because the TikTok that I posted, it got like a second wind. It was at 100 views, and this morning I looked, it went up to 400.
I know. Yeah.
It's because I reposted it.
That was not you.
Like I repost every single video that comes onto my thing. Repost.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's getting banned, so not really good for us, but.
Are we out of topics?
I don't know. What are we?
It's 3:20. We don't have for 10 minutes.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to shout out?
Shout out.
Yeah.
You want to plug your Instagram?
Oh no. Let's see. Like, in your honest opinion, do you guys think that I can actually succeed as a singer? Not from you, because you're being too nice. With Julio.
Okay, so honestly, I do think, can we cut this out?
No.
I'm kidding. I did think.
He thinks he's a comedian.
No, I
Anyways.
don't. I did think you were really good. It really surprised me how good you were at singing. I think the only thing that I would have to say is because the vocals were already in the song, I can't say 1,000% yes.
What do you mean?
Like, because I could still hear the vocals of the song that was playing.
Really?
Yeah. Because he didn't have it, like,
Oh.
fully down.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear anything other than my voice.
Yeah.
Like, I drowned everything else out. You know what was funny, though? Like, when I started singing, everyone literally just turned
Away?
away from looking at me. And it was so funny because, like, all of you, like, did it in unison. Like, when I started singing, all of you just went, like, you guys shifted and you were like...
Well, I did that because your mom started recording. I didn't want to be in the video.
Oh, so you guys didn't want to get
I didn't want to get caught. I don't know if you saw, but I was sitting like this on the sofa, and then when she started recording, I was like, "Oh,
You guys didn't want to be memes, huh?
no."
I guess
Oh.
we're gonna have to get used to our faces.
Yeah, but I think
Being memes.
if you do post a video
Mm-hmm.
of like just your vocals with like instruments, then I would say yes, 100%. But right now, based on what I've heard,
Mm-hmm.
I would say like 70-75%. I do think it was good enough because he didn't sound like it was off. But have you ever seen those videos where like people are singing, they turn off the music and they sound terrible? What about 25% is that, right?
I
But-
think,
But if you share a video or something that we can look at, then I'll put an editor's note like, I changed my answer. 1,000,000% yes, you could sing.
He's like Simon Cowell.
Yeah,
you're gonna press the red button.
yeah, the golden one.
Oh,
Yeah.
ADC.
Yeah, so I think you should do that, honestly. And then after, while I'm
Like, post
editing,
to TikTok.
yeah, post a TikTok if you sing. After, I'll edit it, I'll put it in, and I'll make a video with like, I'm so sorry for saying 75%.
An apology video.
I'll do an apology video.
That'd be funny.
I regret my life decisions. And then I'll drop the podcast and then I'll just follow you around.
After like my paparazzi or like
Yeah, no, as
a bodyguard,
no. Just follow you around.
like a stalker.
I was thinking more like a super fan, but
Oh,
you're a stalker.
Stalker. It's funny.
everyone's probably thinking, what's that noise in the background?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can.
You can't hear.
It's just by laughing.
Yeah, they're pretty good microphones.
Wow.
At least I hope so.
We might have to record this again.
No, I think this is
Good enough footage.
Yeah.
good enough footage.
You can't even
How
see
long do you
me.
think the podcast episode is gonna be?
Probably like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you have to go?
No, not yet. I don't think so. I have a date that I've been neglecting.
In 7 minutes.
Well,
7
it
minutes.
depends. Let me see.
We have the star for 30. We have it for 7 minutes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, everyone. My brother's very nice, but this is just how we get along.
True. And he also took 30 minutes to make sure the cameras were good on him.
Mm.
Well, I put my head down for a minute and now I'm getting like roasted.
That's true.
It's
Anyways.
dog eat dog out here.
Do you want to roast us?
I think I was during the whole podcast.
Yeah.
I kind of drowned you out. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways,
But
that was
yeah,
a really good podcast, though.
it was.
I mean, it's you
Like
guys'
it-
conversations was good.
I think it was very like natural to talk to you guys.
Mhm. But you do know us. So,
Yeah, like I don't know. For any future guests that come onto this podcast, you guys, Katie and Julio are just people, normal people.
they're really smart, intelligent, charismatic,
Charismatic, very welcoming.
the most humble people you will ever meet.
They didn't even offer me a cup of water or anything.
First of all, they came.
The
First of all-
silence is great.
First of all, they showed up late. We were supposed to be here at 1 o'clock.
You're still in the shower. Anyways.
Well, I really hope the podcast like flies off of the charts or something, like charts on the iTunes podcast chart one day.
And we got millions of hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
You get played on the radio or something. Who's your next, or like, what's your next topic you guys are thinking of?
That's an interesting question. We don't really have a set, like episodic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or like next episode is this, and then the next episode is that. It's more like we have ideas of things that we want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say we talk to someone that's interested in music,
Mm-hmm.
like one of our cousins. The next episode is going to be based around, still music.
Drugs.
What?
Drugs. What?
I don't know, like substance abuse. Like,
No.
oh.
Oh.
It'd be like overarching thing music, like this
Uh-huh.
is what they want to do, but their on pause moment would be like, yeah, I got it to drugs, I guess.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Oh, damn. Bro.
So it's really more of an overarching theme that we want to talk about.
So it could be like anything,
Yeah.
basically.
Like
Yeah.
the Ice Age movie.
Yeah, it could be about anything.
How does that correlate?
Because like the Ice Age movie has like so many themes within the Ice Age movie. Or maybe I didn't
Oh.
understand them well because they were in Spanish. But
What?
like you know how Sid, he's like the sad character, and like his family left him,
Oh, yeah.
and then like everybody else, like the man is his family, even though like he's a sloth.
Mm-hmm.
But like the message was that like, oh, they're different, but they're still family, I guess.
Girl, what?
I don't
I'm so
know.
confused.
It's okay. No one understands me by myself.
What she's trying to say.
I'm not gonna be able to to breathe.
What she's trying to say, in the movie Ice Age, there are multiple themes, and one of them is
Wait, are we talking about like the franchise or like?
no,
just
in the first movie. The first movie. There are multiple themes in the first movie. One of them being, Sid, the sloth, being left behind from his family, but is able to find family within Manny,
The mammoth.
the mammoth. Yeah, and that's just one theme of the
Yeah,
movie.
there's many themes.
And
Was
then
that the movie with the little like
with the baby?
with the baby?
Yeah.
The ugly baby.
It wasn't ugly. Babies aren't ugly.
No, the ugly baby.
Oh. Is that his name?
No,
No.
I think that's what Twitter gave him.
Oh, Twitter's so
Maybe.
mean.
But it's called X now. No.
I
Anyways, back to the Ice Age.
Oh yeah, continue. That was good. It was a good recap.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then, but your connecting it back to your question of like the next episode. There's no real like next.
Next, like.
It's not like gonna be a series where you have to watch the last episode to keep up with the next episode.
Oh, so it'll be like a new thing.
Yeah, so like this episode is more
Nonchalant. Like.
yeah. And then I guess we kind of talked about like nonchalant. So, I guess it's more like you and your journey of singing. And technically, you could look back on this in like a year and be like,
Oh my god!
this is when I got that extra push to actually start posting my singing stuff.
Oh my god! My Billie Eilish like every year I come back here.
Yeah.
The same date.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no real like set timeline that we have.
But when's the next episode dropping?
Oh, it's a weekly thing.
Yeah.
It's
So,
a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's what viewers I think are more concerned about.
now who's gonna be on here? What if you have Billie Eilish next?
No, you can't.
Why not?
Don't say that.
We're gonna
Well,
have
of
to
course
bleep
I'm
that
not.
out.
You have to say unalive.
I would unalive myself.
Out of excitement.
Yes, out of excitement.
To clarify. Anyways, thank you for coming on our podcast and being our
Wait, so
guest.
like, what's your like dates that are you gonna like? Is it gonna be like Wednesday or Tuesday?
Yeah, it's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
Tune in every Wednesday.
If you were to, never mind. I was gonna say something.
If I were to like what?
Read the description.
Nobody reads our
Literally,
description.
no one reads anything.
That's true. Start reading, people.
Like if it's not readily available information, no one's gonna see.
Alright, so we have to make a TikTok.
Yeah, literally make a TikTok. Be like,
Tune in every Wednesday.
literally.
That's good. That's good advice.
Very good advice. We're not doing it.
Would you guys take vocal lessons with me one day? And like,
Embarrass ourselves.
I guess, yeah.
Sure.
just
sure,
like
sure.
other podcasts do,
Yeah.
like challenges.
Yeah, that's actually what we were talking about in one of our meetings. That we should do challenges with like challenge segments. I guess we can do that next time you're on.
Whenever you're free.
I'm sorry, I have a busy schedule.
That's okay.
Follow me on Instagram at jason.p. It's like a 3 RZ, I think. Yeah. What?
So follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And then if I do make a TikTok about like my music things, I'll post it there.
All right. On that note, thank you for coming. You really were a really good guest. same time next year when you have 1 million followers
on TikTok.
on TikTok and
If TikTok is still a thing by then.
Um,
I would like to say thanks to Kaity and Julio for having me on the podcast, for being the first honorary guest. And I hope all well to the podcast and the future dreams they have. And giving me the platform to share my story.